normally there isn't enough time to respond on every question. So you will be here in the chat, next to the fact that you, of course, can ask us anything, because we're always transparent. We will always answer every question you guys have, but well, it's better if he's here, right? So he will just answer anything, so that will be good.
Awesome. So I have started the recording, and I think it's time for us to start now. So community, welcome to another AMA session. In here we have the team from Sector Protocol who are going to be presenting the project. So first of all, I also like to say we also have Nerx is going to be our co-host next. You want to say hi to the team?
Hi, hi guys.
Hey man. Hi guys.
Hello sir.
I like the sound of your voice. Sounds like your name, Baz. Hello sir.
Hello sir.
Hello sir.
So guys, yeah, I think I'm going to start with you, Tino, the great guy. Tell us about you and how you get involved into the crypto space.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Well, welcome everybody. Nice to meet you all. My name is Tino. I'm the president of Sector Protocol, as some of you guys already know. Let me introduce myself real quick. I started crypto like a couple of years ago, so I've been around for some time now. I started with swing trading like most people do on the big exchanges. After that, I got interested into the BC space because we all want to make some more money, of course. And as most of people know, the best way to make money or has the opportunity to make some more money is within the BC space right now, because of you invest in a starting project instead of a project that's already listed. So what I did, I read like 1,000 articles a week, started to learn crypto better and better and better and better, start to understand the BC space better and better and better. And yeah, we had a V1. So that's where I started within Sector. Our V1 was called Exonova. It was one of 3 projects because we wanted to launch 3 projects. But instead of launching 3 projects, we decided to make just 1 project. So that's Sector Protocol as we are right now. So I started as a moderator in the V1 and worked my way up, to be honest. That's because of my experience, of course, within the crypto space. I also did a lot of, I gave a lot of sales trainings. I gave a lot of product training. I was a lead speaker for different things. I did run as a team leader for a big sales force. So yeah, there are a lot of things in my life that are always connected with sales. So that's also why the guys could use me, because I'm also in charge for things like partnerships, a little bit of marketing. But of course, for the full process, I'm always monitoring everything and make sure everything comes through. So that's basically me. I think it's time for our CEO and developer, Muzz. I don't know if you can speak right now since your daughter is in bed.
Yeah, man, I'll jump in. Yeah, so I'm the CEO, founder, and developer of Sector Protocol. Yeah, as Tino said, we did migrate from a V1 version, which was Exonova, and we've pushed over to Sector Protocol, which we've done quite well in. The previous project we spent about 4 months building with just a small team of 3 people, and before migrating, we ended up building our team, our second line team, up to 20 people we've got at the moment, and about 10 people in our board of directors. So our core team's full of 10 people right now. So, you know, our team keeps growing. We keep adapting and we keep pushing forward for what we want to bring out. A little bit about myself. I've been in the crypto space, I would say, for about 3 years now. Just as an investor. I jumped in the BSC space about coming along 2 years, a year and a half ago. Just around when SAFU started popping off. That's when I jumped in the BSC space and started chasing moon bags. So, I didn't really start my developing journey until about a year and a half ago. I started off with small Solidity jobs and then pushed over to blockchain development, and then started developing smart contracts, dApps, small dApps, things like that, and managed to, learn a lot over the period of time that we've got going on for building Sector Protocol. And now we're a fully stacked governance protocol on a smart chain, so it's a little bit about myself. Cheers for having us, man. Appreciate it.
Awesome. So I think up next we have Baz, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, answering in the core team chat as well. I apologize. My name is Bas Thijssen, 31 years old. I'm a Dutchie. The best friend of Mr. President already for 18, 19, 20 years. To be honest, I lost account. Basically, we started our crypto journey together, and also our ladder inside of our V1 and Xnova to V2 Sector Protocol in this case. As a day job, I'm coordinator in the logistics. It's not really like common with crypto, but I have a team around me, so I can coordinate it. And of course, also on the market space as head of career marketing. At the moment, I'm also hosting the shilling competition, and beside that, also the meme competition that will end this week. Both of them. Beside that, I'm also jumping everywhere where I can and where it's needed, of course. At least doing my best.
He's our freewheeler. We can use him everywhere we need him. So you always need somebody that runs through the whole field, right?
I know, right? As long as something great is going to come out, why not?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, as Bas already mentioned, we are real life friends for, I think, over 20 years now, maybe even. And we started every journey together, so also the crypto journey. And I know what he's capable of, and he knows what I am capable of. So if I need a hand, he's always there for everything, not only just crypto, but also my personal life. So that's always really cool. And that's why he's always there for anybody in the team if they need help, because as you reckon, there is a lot to do in your pre-sales stage. So his hands are pretty valued.
That's something really amazing, especially when you work with someone you know quite well. I've seen a couple of projects out there. They just work with people because they know based on their names and stuff like that. But those kind of people can sometimes hurt you without you knowing, and you're gonna be surprised. But when you work with someone you know quite well, it makes it really, really amazing, and you guys understand each other, work together as one and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. You guys know each other and you're working together as well.
Yeah, we live like 10 minutes away from each other. So if we need each other during some hectic times or something, we just grab the car, go to each other and help each other. So that's always cool. So Let me also introduce the rest of the team. As you guys can see, not everybody is in here right now. Of course, we are fully doxed. We have all our information shared on the screen. So on the website, so you can always check it out. It's daytime for us right now, so that's why not everybody is in here. However, if you check in later with us, we are always on the screen, so that's something you don't have to worry about. Let me also tell you a little bit about our COO. As you can see, Misha de Puysenaar, he is our COO. I think you had already a talk with him. He's also a co-founder together with Mas. A little bit of a backside story. They were investors together into a project that became a rug pool. They lost about 15K each. So they start talking, and they started talking about how can we change the game? How can we make it possible to make sure we can prevent people for jumping into scams, rug pools, or whatever. So that's basically the drawing board for Sector Protocol. Next to that, we have Neria. She's our secretary. You won't see her much in the front because she's always working on the background. She did dox herself, of course, for you guys and for the team, because we want to be transparent to everybody. So that's pretty important. Also, our head of graphic design, our doctor, he's always here for us. He makes all our videos, all our images, basically everything you will see on our website, on our socials or whatever. He's always the one who is making this for us. So he's a really valuable person within our team. because as you guys probably know, if you need to hire somebody that can make an announcement video for you, you will pay a lot of money every time. So
that's really amazing, and it's really nice to know the team behind a certain project, and I love the fact whereby you're not just here to present just the sector project, but you're here to tell us about how you met these people and
yeah,
how
man.
you guys are working together as well. So let's get more into details. Yeah, tell us about the sector protocol and how you guys came up with this idea.
Okay. Well, let me first introduce one more person because he's also very important within the core team. That's Tim
Awesome.
Vreke, our head of technology, or CTO, Chief Technology Officer. He is also a real life friend for both Bas and me. He is an IT specialist for over years, I think 12 years now or something. So he does run everything in the background that's connected to IT for us. So he hooked us up with some cool stuff, and I will talk about it a little bit later on once we go more in depth on Sector Protocol. We are a fully stacked project, so we have a lot of things to discuss. So I would say let's jump into it. What I always do within every AMA is open up a little intro video. So let me show you guys this, and I think Bas can also share it in the chat because it can be a little bit laggy at the moment because of Telegram. So let me open it up. I will mute my mic real quick, but that's of course necessary because otherwise you'll hear an echo. So I would say 1 sec, and let's show you guys our intro movie.
Let's go.
I couldn't find so quickly, my man. I apologize.
Oh, no worries. Did you put it in, or I will paste it in now?
If you can do it really quickly, because I can't find it, so like 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I'm not allowed to post media into the chat, so that's not gonna work.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can send that to me, Tino, so I can do that. We try to avoid people from posting stuff into the chat. So anyway, yeah, what I want to say is this should be on CNN News for the world to see. I mean, it's really, really amazing.
Yeah, man.
It's really amazing.
So like I said, we are here to change the game, man. We are here to work our asses off and create a safe place for every investor, both new investors as experienced investors. Because, yeah, as you guys know, there's too much. Sorry for my words, for my language. Too much shit going around nowadays. You see scams launching like every minute. People jump into it because they believe it's true. They believe it's real. There are too many ways to get scammed. And yeah, we want to provide something that we as Sector Protocol can push out not only for ourselves, but also for all other projects that will, let's say, partner up with us, with our Launchpad, with all of our utilities. So that's also a little introduction, to be honest, because what we are doing and what we are aiming for is very simple. We want to make it accessible for everyone, so both new investors, experienced investors, to come into a space, the BEC space, where you can invest your money instead of investing on a platform that's not that safe at all. So cleaning up the space is basically our ground vision and mission. And it always starts, of course, with you as your own projects. As I mentioned, that's why we are on the webcam. That's why we are fully doxed on the screen, on the website, everywhere where you can search, you will find us. So you said you need to push this out. Well, we already have like Yahoo Finance talking about us, and a lot of other article websites. It's crazy to see, because yeah, it's good to tell our story and what we are doing. So let me give a little recap of what I already told. Why did we start this? Very simple. Indo and Ma, so our CEO and COO, met each other when they were in a rug pool. They lost about 30K together in dollars, so that's a lot of money. And they started thinking of, okay, what can we do, or how can we try to fix this? So they came up with an idea on the drawing board. Later on, we were invited to the core team as well, because of our experience and what we can do. And we created a space where we call it a one-stop shop, or an all-in-one platform, where you as an investor can do anything you need to do within the BEC space. So as you guys may know, currently, if you want to buy into a new pre-sale, or if you want to stake your tokens from a project, or if you want to buy or sell an NFT from a project, or if you just want to swap BNB to a project, you always need to do multi-steps. So like 4 to 5 different platforms that you want to use or need to use to do all the steps. But the problem with that is, of course, if you go to PancakeSwap, this is secure, because you know this. But once you jump into a new project and they're going to offer you a staking platform, you always need to connect your wallet with their platform. So this is also the reason why Tim joined our team, because he did this. The project rocked, and since he connected his wallet to their app, they emptied his full wallet. He lost a lot of money also. So that's where we started thinking, okay, the all-in-one platform needs to be done. We need to offer something to both an experienced investor as a new investor, to make sure and make clean that there is a safe haven within a BEC space. So that's basically a real short summary of what we do and what we are going to launch. But I will go in depth with you guys about Sector Protocol and what we are going to launch, which utilities, in which time frames. So yeah, that's basically the beginning.
Awesome. That's really amazing. That's definitely the best intro I've had for this month. So that's really amazing. So yeah, let's get in details with Sector Protocol. So my first question to you guys would be, why is Sector Protocol different from any other project out there? What makes it really unique and different?
I think the biggest, like we call it USP, unique selling point, is the fact that we bring it, of course, as one platform. But you know what I think is better? That I just tell you everything we're going to do, and afterwards I think you can answer your own question you just asked me, because this will make all sense to you. And I'm really confident about this one, so maybe that's a better one. Keep that question, because we are unique, we are one of a kind. And yes, there are a lot of projects that say that they do a lot of stuff. However, I can already show you guys what we have in play. We have a lot of stuff ready on launch, so there's the big difference between me or us and other projects.
Well, from what I can say, if I was to classify something, I mean, if I was to picture out something out of the sector protocol, it's the fact that the teams are very, very transparent. I think that's one of the key factor when it comes to certain projects. I mean, we've seen project out. Sometimes it's
Oh, you are
the
cutting
teams
out,
are.
man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Maybe I was cutting out. I don't know.
Yeah. So,
No, it was
like I
also
was
for me,
saying,
but
Okay,
it's
cool.
fine now.
yeah, yeah. Is it better now?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So, like I was saying, I mean, I've seen a couple of projects out there. You see most of them promising stuff. You don't even know the teams behind the project. They're not willing to be transparent and stuff like that, but they just want you to get involved in the project. But with what you guys are doing, being transparent, being open to the community, let them know the kind of people you are. That's something I would like to commend you guys for as well. So let's
Yes, thank you
let's
very
yeah,
much.
yeah. So let's get involved as well in sector protocol. So
Yeah.
what's the vision of sector protocol? What are you guys planning to do, and what are you guys planning to change into the crypto space?
Okay, well, let me start the full explanation of Sector Protocol. As I said, there's a lot to tell you guys. So, we already mentioned cleaning up the space and how we're going to do this in a short summary. Next to cleaning up the space, we also have another mission. And this mission is give something back to the world. As you know, if you look into BTC or Ethereum or whatever, they have proof of work. So there's a lot of energy usage because of the fact that they need to mine it. So at this moment, you see a lot of bad news, bad articles about the energy usage from crypto itself, right? Because people are not there yet for a full adoption. So, of course, we cannot change the full game, or we cannot make sure we plant enough trees, because that's what we're going to do to compensate the proof of work for Bitcoin. But I think we, as a project, if we start with this, and we have a lot of things in play to also connect this to the non-crypto world, we will start a movement. And this is also something why we will have partnerships, because I think that we can accomplish great things within the BSC space with every project that we're going to use and assist. So let me show you guys these real quick to explain a little bit more about giving back to the world. What we are doing and what we already have done is plant trees, make sure we create enough CO2 offset to compensate for what's Bitcoin and proof of work doing. So we already planted 5,500 trees. We have a full-on partnership with Tree Nation, and we will create the largest crypto-empowered reforestation project. There's only one project in front of us, but they only did a one-time big fund for planting trees. That's Cardano. However, we will stay doing this simply because of the fact that Tree Nation is our partner. Next to that, in all our revenue streams that you will get to know once you understand the full project, there's always a tax. So that's what we're going to use to pay for planting trees. Our NFT line, there will be funds going to planting trees. And also there's something coming in the future, and that's what we call a play to plant game. So a game where you can earn STX, so Sector Protocol, and you can pay to plant trees. So you earn, basically you earn to plant trees to give back to the world. And this is something that connects the non-crypto world to the crypto world. And because of our partnership with Tree Nation, it's very easy, because Tree Nation has cooperations with big names like Danone and many Unilever and many other companies. So we can create a smaller gap, a better bridge between non-crypto and crypto world. So that's something we are pretty bullish on, because this is not only for us as a project, but it's also for our children, the next generation, and to make, I think, decentralized finance more important to the world, because currently, as I said, there is a lot of proof of work, a lot of energy usage, and we are going to try to compensate this. So that's something I really wanted to tell you guys. A little bit of in-depth on Tree Nation. What we do, we fund Tree Nation. They have a lot of communities from all over the world, and it's not only just funding tree planting, but there's also a lot of things behind this, because the communities from the spaces like Peru or Kenya, or at this moment we planted a lot in Madagascar, the communities behind it will get everything they need, like work, reforestation, food, education, food security, more fauna conservation. So there is so much more behind it than just only planting trees. So it's also a little bit of charity what we do. So that's something we call giving back to the world. I don't know if you have questions about this.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the charity aspect, are there certain countries you guys are gonna be doing that, or it's just gonna be a particular place for that? Because talking about giving back, you want everyone to benefit from the stuff, right? You want everyone to benefit from the charity. So, what are the places you guys are putting more of the action on and stuff like that?
Well, we are, as I said, in partnership with Tree Nation. So what they do, they send us weekly updates with what's going to happen where in the world, and they will send us to the places we need to fund, so to say. So it's not like we only plant trees on one space or one particular space, because it's about helping out and give back to the world. So it's not only planting 10,000 trees in Madagascar, but it's also about planting trees in Kenya or Nigeria or Spain, or where it's needed. There's a place where we will help out. So as I said, Tree Nation gives us weekly updates. They tell us what's happening right now, where they need more funds, so to say, to continue the communities to plant trees, to make sure they heal in terms of tree planting. Sorry. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's really amazing.
That's
I think
huge.
yeah. Go ahead now.
Okay, that's huge. That's huge, mate. It's a very big project, you know, to give back to the community, to be able to do those things in form of charity, you know.
Yeah, man. And you know what's make us different from others? Most of them claim they did start it with charity, or they're gonna do charity. As I already showed on the screen, we already planted over 5,000 trees already without even being launched. So this is something we already started with, and that's why we have the partnership with Tree Nation. So.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's one place I was coming into, because for you to do this, you have to have a lot of capital, like a big treasury box with a huge amount of money to be able to carry this out. But the fact that you guys already done 5,000, is it across board? Have you done this across board, or is it a particular continent?
Most of this is planted in Madagascar, in the mangroves. But you can literally go into our page, and as you can see, you can click on show more trees, and you can see what happened. There's also a little seed game, just so you as a person, you can plant a seed within our protocol, within sector protocol. So our crypto forest, we will water the seed, and once the seed is watered, we will plant a tree also. So that's also pretty cool. There are a lot of ways to plant trees and to save the world. So yeah, that's something we are working on really, really hard. As you can see, people are giving out trees, and we water them. So that's something in our community that people can do, water the seeds, and we will create, as I said, the biggest crypto empowered forest and reforestation. And it's not forest on one spot, of course, but we call it, that's why we call it the largest crypto empowered reforestation, because it's something we will do all around the world. So I think this will make it a little bit clear, right?
Yeah, sure. If I'm close to you, Tina, I would have given you a hug, because Give you a chin. You understand? That's a good thing because the oxygen level on the earth today is a little bit downsides for now.
Yeah, man,
Because
it is.
lack of
And
trees and all those kind of things,
yeah,
especially in
yeah,
Africa. And the
yeah, man,
fact
it
that
is.
you're starting with Africa first is just so awesome.
Yeah,
Madagascar
yeah,
is
absolutely. Yeah, they need
is
a lot of help in the mangroves in Madagascar. So yeah, that's why we started over there, man. Yeah, absolutely. We love the fact that we can help out because, as you know, there's so much money flowing through crypto, and why wouldn't we let the world benefit from it next to our investors or we as a project itself? And it's not like we're gonna cut down the chart or something once you are launched, because this is something that's implemented in all of our revenue streams, and we will have a lot of them. So we are not just dependent on the chart to do the funding for the tree planting. So that's pretty awesome.
good. Nice one, mate. Nice one.
Thank you.
Thumbs up to you guys. Thumbs up. So, man, I just want to carry your mind back to when I look at your website and I saw sector protocol. It comes to mind like every stage of the protocol in the crypto space. That's what you guys want to just hit on. So I read through and I saw a lot of stuff that you want to do.
Yeah.
From staking to NFT collection to the marketplace to the cross chain to the launchpad to the safer checkers to security, everything. I mean, I love BSC. Yeah, you're fully ready for it. So I love BSC. So for anything for BSC to be cleaned up, 100% I support. But I have a concern.
Okay.
I have a concern because BSC is the largest space so far when it comes to blockchain or the cross chain.
Yeah.
BSC is
Absolutely.
the largest. A lot of persons are on BSC. And we have this, it's very difficult for you to see lagging on BSC, but Kronos is having that issue for now. And other cross chains are also having that issue for now. So why the focus on BSC? Since BSC is still fine, it's not that there's any complaint, because looking at the documentation on BSC, there's a 21 validator that a lot of persons need to go through before you can do anything on BSC. So why are you focusing? Why is BSC the main focus to be cleaned up? Why?
I think it's because we as a team are all of us scammed and rocked on the BSC space. And once I tell friends about the BSC space, and it's the biggest one, right? So at the biggest space, there's also the biggest scams. And I think if we can start off with BSC space, we're going to cross chain, but this is something after we are fully deployed for the BSC space. So we will continue deploying and developing for all our cross chains that are needed. But why start with the BSC space? It's the biggest one. And I think, and I truly believe, if we can create a golden standard, other launch pads, for example, will also follow up, because at this moment there is too much ways to deploy a scam contract on a rug pool or whatever. So that's why we chose to start with BSC. And I think if we can create a new place or a new safe haven, so to say, within a BSC space, others will follow, because they cannot be left behind, because they will get ripped apart if we create the new golden standard. And we will create the new golden standard, because that's our focus.
That's a good one, mate. One thing I want to agree with you for is when you talked about being scammed. I was having issue with that too, because I've been scammed before. The idea of connecting wallets to a project is something that normally pisses me off. I was like, who introduced that stuff? Why should I have to connect my wallet to get a project? Why do I have to connect my wallet to buy a token? Why do they have access to my wallet? So, and you mentioned about that. So how are you going to solve that particular issue with sector protocol?
So,
remove.
Okay. We're gonna remove all layers, and let me tell you the insights and in-depth of the project. So I will show you guys it on screen. As you can see, this is the first view of our D app. So our place where you as an investor can do every steps you need to do. So of course, this is a forked one from our own because we don't want to have the community connecting their wallets yet. So we shared it with the community so they could have a first look in it. So that's why I'm also giving you guys the first look in it. This will be live once we launch. So that will be like in 2 or 3 days after we fill our soft or hard cap. We will launch within 48 hours after. So at launch day, you will be able to log in on our D app, connect your wallet, and what you can do is, of course, use our swap because that will be live. I won't go too much in depth into it because everyone knows how the swap works. You will have the possibility to use our staking pools and our staking mechanism. This is also something, this is of course for us, STX Sector Protocol, but this is also the service we will offer to projects that use our services. So they will start with us with our launchpad, and if they like, they can use our D app, our staking mechanism, our LP farming mechanism, and our NFT marketplace. So they can use all our services so we become one big name in the game. And that's why I said we're going to change the game, because projects want to use the services. Why? Because we are already trustworthy for a lot of people, since we are already and always on the screen. Everything is audited. We partnered up with InterFi for our KYC and audits. So there's so much coming within us and within Sector Protocol that shows that we are trustworthy. If you really want to dig into me, I think you can find my address within the hour. So that's why we say we are transparent and we are trustworthy. And that's what we want to bring to our investors, but also to all projects that are going to use our utilities. So let me just run through everything, because I don't think we have enough time yet to discuss everything. So our staking pools, and this will be something that we will have live on launch. As you can see, we have different kind of locks and different kind of APYs. We chose to do not that crazy APYs. It's really easy. We always think in the sustainability of the project, because we are here for the long haul. We are not here for some quick bucks. As already mentioned, we as team are here to make this our day job, because 80 hours a week is way too much. So we are here to make this a long run, and we are here to make sure we will stay in the game. And that's why we say we will change the game. So it's always in sustainability in that thought. As you can see, max APY in here is 65%. There is one bigger pool, and that's the LP farming. However, right now there isn't an LP contract address because we aren't launched yet. So this will be live at launch. The LP farming will be live 2 weeks after launch. So then you can also choose to stake your tokens in an LP farm for a bigger APY even. But as many of you guys know, LP farm is always with a little bit of more risk, since you need to pledge in BNB worth of STX both. So once BNB rises, your STX will rise, and the other way around. So that's always a little bit more risky. Of course, the native token staking is what you see right now. We offer you the way to, or a way to compound even. So that's why the APY is a little higher, to be honest, because you will get, of course, rewards on rewards once you compound. So this is pretty cool. This is something at launch. So this is also one of the key factors within the Sector Protocol, within the one-stop shop, within the all-in-one platform, because we can offer this mechanism, this service, this contract. Sorry, I need to sneeze. Well, it's not sneezing today. Nice. I have hay fever, man, and they are started with lawning the grass and stuff. No worries.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Well,
so this is something we can offer to every project. And since our staking contract is also fully audited with InterFi, we know it's secure. Every project can see it. Our mechanism is also secured within there. So yeah, this is also the thing that creates the one-stop shop, the all-in-one platform, together with the rest I'm going to tell you. So let me just tell you guys everything and then just start off with some questions about anything you like. So I already mentioned the swap. I already mentioned staking, as you can see. I already mentioned the D-app, of course. That's what you see on the screen in total. And I already talked about LP farming. So what's more to come? Well, as you guys know, once you go into a project, many projects offer NFTs or NFT marketplaces, or they use their own NFT marketplace. But what if we create a place, what we are doing, where you can also use our NFT marketplace? So that's also part of the all-in-one platform, one wallet connection for farming, for staking, for swapping, for the NFT marketplace. However, our NFT marketplace is going to be slightly different than most. What we do and what we're creating is a marketplace where you, as an investor or as a buyer or seller from an NFT, can have a talk with your upcoming buyer, or you as a seller can talk with a buyer, or you as a buyer can talk with the seller. Because imagine this, if you want to buy like 3 NFTs from one seller, right now you aren't able to have a chat with the seller where you can make a package deal, because everyone likes discount, everyone likes to have a chat with somebody and make sure they can get the best out of it, right? So that's why we call it the most interactive NFT marketplace, because that's one. And also something that's going to be very interactive is the fact that we also will launch an auction house within our NFT marketplace. So I think we're going to do it once a month, depending on demand, of course. We're going to do a live auction with the community, with everyone that want to join in to sell NFTs from people, man. They set some ground rules, like a minimum wage they want to earn on it. And we already are looking into an auctioneer. We just had a talk with one a couple of days ago, and he's going to talk this through, man. And this is really cool to have like a real live auction for NFTs. And this is also something how we connect the more crypto world with less crypto, because we can share this on our YouTube, we can share this on our Twitch channel, and this is also very good for community involvement, because we need community and they are the most important part within your project. So this will also make it more interactive for them. So next to the marketplace, we will launch, and I can say this fully out loud, the most secure and most interactive launchpad. So about security, we are partnered up with InterFi for, of course, audits and KYCs, but we also will run our own KYCs and audits. Our CTO, so Tim, hooked us up with a dedicated server for this. And why do I tell you guys this? Not everyone knows, but in the Netherlands, where we are from, we have very, very strict rules about KYCs, passports, IDs, audits, and storage of that. So with his work, they provide these services for the government from all over the world. So they hooked us up with a server, a dedicated server, where we can store all information that's needed from project owners. So that's one thing. Also, every project that's going to launch with us will be fully vetted, fully KYC'd, fully audited. And it's not just an easy KYC with sending in your pass or your ID. It will be a full-on meeting with one of our employees. And not just one meeting, but 2 meetings. Why? One meeting will always be planned, and the second one will always be unplanned. And the reason behind that is, if you plan a meeting, you can basically talk to the homeless guy on the corner of the street, get him into your room or house or on your webcam, let them tell you something, and that's it. So that's why we also plan an unplanned appointment with the team, because if you show us the team, we want to have a talk with the full team. So this is pretty important for us, and this will be the reason why we say fully secure, because there won't be any project launching with us that didn't come with an audit and a full-on vetting, like I already told you guys. So, most interactive part. I think right now, and I'm going to show you what I mean with the following sentence. Right now, most launchpads aren't that likely to visit, right? Because it's functional, of course, but it's not like you're going to log into your launchpad to have a look around. So let me show you our competition. As you go, we are number 8. Oh, nice. STX, we are trending. Cool. So as you can see, it's pretty plain. It's almost hurting my eyes because of the white color, but it's pretty plain. There's nothing much to see. So what we mean with creating the most interactive launchpad, and this is something that will come out in the first stage of July, is a launchpad where you as an investor would like to go to. Because on the landing page, you will have and you will find like a Twitter feed where projects can update information to you as an investor, what they are doing with, where are they busy with, and so you don't have to go to Telegram, check out 5,000 messages, go to 500 pin messages. No, our launchpad will provide all information and all updates from projects simply because they can use the launchpad also as like a social media platform because they can update you. Of course, this won't be a lot of hype messages. This is only to make sure you update your potential investors what's happening. So this is very important because right now, if you go to a launchpad, it's just for one reason, and that's pledging into the launchpad. But since we want to create a way more interactive one, you will love to log into it, see what's happening, see what other projects are doing, get some updates, see what's up with other projects or the projects you're interested in. And we will make it way more interesting for an investor just to check it out. This will also be implemented in our D app. So this is also part of our all-in-one platform, our one-stop shop. So that's why I said we will create a one-stop shop because you can jump into a project with our launchpad. You can buy or sell or mint an NFT on the marketplace, or you can go to the auction house within the marketplace. You can swap a token, you can stake, you can LP farm, and all these services we can simply offer to every project that launches with us. So that was a big story. However, I need to tell you guys one more thing, and I think, to be honest, that this is the most bullish part within our launchpad. So what we create and have created, or are creating, I have to say, our NFT line has a very unique, as I can say, utility. Our NFT line, once you obtain an NFT from Sector Protocol, you as an investor and as an NFT holder, of course, will be granted a whitelist spot on every pre-sale that launches with our launchpad. So you obtain an NFT and you will always get whitelisted on every pre-sale that we launch. On the other hand, just turn it around. If you are a project owner, we will have a group of people, 2,500, because we will have 2,500 NFTs, and you as a project owner will have a group of 2,500 potential investors ready to ape in a project that they like, because they know it's fully secured, it's fully audited, it's fully KYC'd. All the information that they need about the project is on their landing page or their project page. So they are fully updated and aware of what's happening. So they know where they want to pledge into. So this is literally a Willy Wonka golden ticket for every pre-sale we will launch. How sounds that?
fucking lovely.
It's mind-blowing. So mind-blowing. Very,
You know,
very
you know what?
interactive.
I'm gonna be opening a school very soon. Maybe I'm gonna employ you as a teacher because I mean I just love the way you break down everything about sector protocol. You know, I myself I'm speechless. I don't even know what more to ask about, but of course I do have a couple of questions to ask in regards to that before we can move to the community. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, I already love the fact whereby you've broken everything down. Even though everyone is kind of having some issue with their ears, well, with the way you broke it down, they're definitely going to understand what you're saying. So my next question for you guys is going to be, what are the marketing plans you guys implement on Sector Protocol?
Yes, sir. Well, that's not that hard to tell you guys because, as some people of you guys know, we already did a full-on AMA tour. So we went to Venom's, Travladd, Caesars, Achilles, and I think I can call out like another 20 names. 4 AMAs, 4 calls. So, of course, the first audience you search is within Telegram because there's where it's all happening, right, in BC. We already partnered up with Tree Nation, as I mentioned, and we always do a follow-up AMA with all of our groups we are visiting in the past 3 weeks. And, of course, also today, because we will have an AMA after this one with WhaleCoinTalk. So this is, first of all, the marketing we already did and what's coming next, because we will create momentum within a project, because we have been in a lot of projects where you see there's a lot of hype at the beginning, and after a couple of weeks, like 1 month later, the hype will turn down. And why is that? That's simply because of the fact they or launch everything at the same time, or they lasted the time between the actual launch and the utilities too long. So we are creating momentum, as I said, on launch, staking, D-app, swap. 2 weeks later, LP farming. 2 weeks later, NFT marketplace. 2 to 3 weeks later, the NFT line, and 2 or 3 weeks later, the launchpad itself. So this is also something that creates momentum. Once the community is gonna settle down, we will bring something new that everybody gets hyped off. We need to market this, so we will have a lot of calls. We will have a full-on AMA tool for the launchpad, of course, because the launchpad is very important for us. Also, filling up an 850 BNB hard cap. What we are going to do today is something that's marketing itself, I think so. And next to that, we will visit crypto expos, and that's for a very simple reason. We are all here for the long haul, and we need to show our faces, our project, our product to the people, to the majority that invest into crypto. So you will see us on like Crypto Expo Dubai, on other crypto expos. We are currently already looking into it. We are even in contact with something that's upcoming in, let me check, 1.5 months. So this is something that's, of course, marketing. Tree Nation is also marketing. And why? Of course, we will want to give back something to the world, right? But let me give you a slight sneak peek. We will create a play to plant game together with Tree Nation. And I think I already mentioned it even. But this play to plant game, it will be like a farming game where you can earn STX to plant trees. So it's not like you can earn it to cash it out. But this is also something that brings in non-crypto people into crypto, into STX. So this is also very good for you as an investor within STX. We we make a closed ecosystem of it. So people can buy STX with like Apple Pay or with like Flus. But this is all on the drawing board right now. But this is also a way of marketing. So yeah, there is a lot of things coming, and I think keeping momentum is the most important part within BC space, because it's fast paced, as you know.
That's really great. I love the fact that you guys have the marketing plans and stuff. Because let me tell you the truth, no matter how much your plans are unique, no matter how much ideas you have in stuff for the project, and no matter how much you're planning to carry out this project, if you don't have plans on how you're gonna market the project, it's really not gonna go a pretty long way. Yeah, the community are really, really important, but if you don't have enough funds, you don't have enough support to carry out a project. It's more like you're trying to build a house without maybe its features and stuff
Screws.
like
Yeah, yeah. And also, what I do want to mention, because you're talking about like funds for marketing, our full project has so many different ways of revenue. Because, as you know, launching on a launchpad will cost money. So that's a revenue stream. If you want to get fully audited, you want to have all certificates from like InterFi. Yes, we partner up, but you will need to pay a fee for it, of course. So the NFT line, we're going to sell them. That's a way of income. So there's so much ways we create revenue that we are not depending on relying on only the chart and investors. So that's something we have thought of really good, because as you can see, once a chart gets a downtrend, you aren't able to pull it up unless you have a lot of funds. So what we do is we create our own green lines on the chart. Because of simple buybacks, this will get put into the staking pools back in. But these buybacks won't be like one time 100 BNB or one time 200 BNB. No, we go for like an organic way to create a new momentum. And this is also a part of marketing. So we won't announce it even. We just do an organic way of buying back, put the tokens back into the staking contract. So this is also something why we create sustainability. On one way, there is tax. The other hand, there are other revenue shares or revenue streams, from all the different platforms we have and the services we provide. And we will put it back into the chart, put it back into staking pools. So that's also a closed ecosystem. We're basically buying back our own tokens every time we're going to fill up staking pools.
that's great. I think now you want to mention something earlier before I'm gonna ask you guys my last question so that we can have question from the community as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask. Well, firstly, Tino, you're so good at this. You know your seeds, you know your trees, and you know the forest. Seriously, you guys are really something else. You just mind everything. It's just so on point. But when you're discussing about your NFT marketplace, you mentioned something that caught my attention. I know it's something that a lot of marketplaces are not doing. It has to do with interaction and also the fact that you can do auction and the fact that you can even discuss with person and get a discount. You know, when you're buying from Binance or Polygon, there's always a fixed price on NFT, and that's the fixed price you're paying no matter what you're buying at all. You pay that fixed price that you're saying there. If it's $300 for the NFT you're buying, that's what you're buying on the OpenSea or whatever thing you're buying. So are you going to achieve that to make an investor be able to give some other investor or project seller to give a discount to an investor? So it caught my attention. So I'm wondering, how are you going to do that? How are you going
So
to
you
make that?
mean So you mean how we're going to break that down technically, that a seller can change prices? That's what you mean, right?
Yes, how are you going to do that? For me to change my price and give a discount to an investor that wants to buy more than 2 NFT. How is
Okay,
that going to work out?
I'm going to be really honest with you. This is a question Musk can tell you. Our developer, he's like a magician, but this is I cannot tell you the breakdown how he can create this, but I know he's working on this because, of course, this is something different than others. I know he's going to create it, or he's already developing it right now. However, how this technically will be, I cannot answer that but that's just because I'm not a blockchain developer. I'm just a president with a good talk and a great smile, but that's it.
And handsome, of course. Don't forget that one, President.
So I know.
Yeah, speak. Continue, please.
So I know this is something we already have looked into, of course. As you say yourself, this is something really hard because it's not there yet. However, after launch, we will also make sure we hire an extra developer so they can work this out together and work around the clock. So he will break this down. I'm 100% sure. Maybe, and I think this needs to be done, is that we create like a pool of tokens or of BNB where you will have variable prices that somebody can offer. So basically, they offer us the NFT. We are the middleman, right, in the marketplace. So they send in the NFT. They set a price, we pay the price, we ask the price, and it's 0 to 0, right? So $100 and $100 makes 0. So, but as I said, this is something that I cannot explain in technical details because this is just too hard to understand if you're not a blockchain developer. But it will probably be the way like I told you guys. I think it's need to be done with a BNB pool behind it. But yeah, I'm 100% sure Musk will create this in a way it's possible because it's not super hard. So, as he said.
That's something that we'll be looking forward to seeing. But it's a very nice concept, installable. So it's very, very, very nice to know that that's possible. Caleb, over to you.
Yeah, so Tina, my last question to you guys, I mean, for me, will be in regards to your smart contract. Is it audited? Because that's actually one of the things we look forward
of course.
to. Yeah, so
of course, with InterFi, with our partner.
Oh, okay.
So we have KYC, we have audits. That's with InterFi. Am I able to share links in the chat, or will it get blocked?
You'll get warrants like me.
Okay.
And boom.
Seeing anything you want to share in the chat, you can just share with me. Then I'll forward it there myself. So you won't.
Okay. Wait. It's very easy. Wait. I can show it on screen also. It's not a big deal. So KYC. Verification certificate by InterFi network. It's also on the website, so if you go to our website, you will scroll down. You will have documents. You will have the liquidity log. It's not yet available, of course, since the fact that we aren't deployed yet. The contract itself and the audit report. So you can read the full report yourself about Sector Protocol. What have we done? What's happening, what kind of score, etc., etc. So yes, we are fully audited. So yeah, absolutely.
That's really amazing. I guess you guys are all set then.
Yeah, man.
Let's get ready for the pre-sale.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what the thing is? We are working on this for over 6 months. So yeah, we are working pretty long time on this, for a very long time. So that's why most of the information we share with you guys is already in play, is fully deployed or fully in development. And that's why we can show you everything I already have shown you guys, because as I said, we are working for so long on this. So that's why we have a way more organic way of breaking down momentum or building up momentum. Sorry. And that's why we can show you everything, because we are here for the long haul. As I already told you, as I already mentioned, we aren't here for some quick bucks. We are here to make a change in the world in the BC space.
Well said. So guys, yeah, let's get some questions from the community. Guys, I mean, or do you have guys have any other things you may want to add on before we move to the community?
No, I don't think so. I think it's time for some questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's time. It's time for you to get wrecked, Tino. So, guys, raise your hands now. It's time for you to ask your questions, and guys, please make sure you ask just one question because we have taken enough time, and we want everyone to be able to ask a question. And
you can also send it in chat if you don't want to speak up. So that's also an option, and we will pick out the questions from chat. What you like.
Awesome. All right. So the first person we're gonna be asking from is Binga. Binga, you're muted.
Yeah, thank you. Hope I'm audible enough. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Sector Protocol. I think I've joined your MA for like 2 or 3 occasions now. I need to give you kudos for the presentation. You've really done wonderful work. Now, my question, my question centers on 2 things. Now, for a bullish project like this, to me, this project is a bullish project. For a bullish project like this, most of the drawback usually be the sustainability. Now, what will be the plans for the team to have a long-term sustainability value for crypto investors like us that will love to hold the token for a very long time, probably a couple of 6 months, years, stuff like that. Not even the value of the project, not even how X the project can be immediately after pre-sale. I mean sustainability value. How long would that be? Then with respect to your the launch, the market, the launch pad. With respect to your launch pad, you actually said you're gonna do a robust KYC for every crypto investors that comes to your platform for
no, not for the investors. Launch. No, for the project owners, so I mean teams, only projects.
Yeah, for the project owner. Sorry, for the project owner. Sorry, I mean the project owner. Yeah, you said you're gonna do a robust KYC for them. Now we've seen a scenario where KYC is being done, even a robust one. Everything is done for a project, and at the end of the day, the project will look somehow rogue. Even if not rogue, the project won't even do any X due to some orientation the investors of the project would like to have. Now, what will be your impact in covering this area? If a project is being KYC in your platform and at the end of the day, the investors of the project worked, what will be the legal action you're going to take for investors to make sure they get something in reciprocal, something like insurance or stuff like that? Okay, I don't know if you haven't saw such in
plan. We had a discussion about this by accident yesterday. So, first of all, the KYC, as I already mentioned, is not just a small KYC. It's a full-on Zoom meeting, full-on KYC, and a full-on audit. This means if there are certain points in the contract that we don't trust, that's why we have our smart audit checker ourselves. That's why we partner up with InterFi. We will have a full check around with 3 people. So there are basic perimeters where people, or where the checkers, so to say, the developers, are looking into. And this will make a ground parameter of how much you need to score, right? So that's something, of course, we cannot secure it for 100% because this is just basically not possible. If a project pull out like 1 year after launch, then this is something we cannot do anything about it. However, if a project try to steal the money from investors, we will first give them a notice because we have all the information needed and stored in our data server. And we will, first of all, give them the option to do something. So this is something they need to do as a project. If they don't complete the asked requirements to do something, we will set every information free for like Interpol to make sure we can do all legal action that's need to be done. Also, we are looking into it, and this is something that we have talked to yesterday, is about making an X percentage within the cost of launching a project for insurance. So that means we cannot give the full money back, of course, for every investor, but we are looking into this to create a way where we can make sort of an insurance pool to, if a project rocks that we launched, we can give something back to the community. And why is this? This is simply because of the fact we don't want to have a shit show around our launchpad, our D app, our all-in-one platform. So I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, I think your points. I love the insurance aspect of it, but I would love to know in the during the course of the launching. We have a lot of launch pad out there. We have something similar, which is very happening, which is very common in crypto space. Though,
oh, you are cutting off.
Probably if a pre-sale is not fueled or stuff like that, what will be the plans of the team with respect to these stuffs?
So yeah, sorry, man, you were cut it off. I don't know if somebody else heard the question full. Maybe our host.
Benga, do you want to repeat the question?
Yes, I mean, yeah, I'm very clear when it comes to the insurance aspect. You said you're looking into that. I will appreciate it for the sake of the investors. If that one can be put into practice, it is actually very, very something great. But now, we have a lot of circumstances that happen probably at the cost of pre-sale. If a pre-sale is not filled up, probably some people will decide to cancel, while the token will be given back to the investors. And it happens like that. Probably I've invested in a pre-sale, and at the end of the day, I just feel like I need my token or I want to pull out. I have to do emergency withdrawal. Do you have plan for that? And is there any percentage that I will be that I will have to lose because I did emergency withdrawal? I don't know if you get my question.
So you mean once a project launched with our launchpad and they don't fill their soft cap, what then will happen?
Yes.
Then the BNB will get BNBs will get returned to the investors. And secondly,
the BNB will get returned to the investors. Would there be any charges involved?
Yeah, there's always gas fees, of course, because it's a wallet-to-wallet transfer, of course. So yes, there will be some gas fees, but as you know, BSC gas fees are like $8, $9, maybe $20 cents. So in the end, you will get 99.98% back or something, except the gas fee. So of course, you can simply once a project doesn't fill up, you will get your BNBs back, because this is something that's pretty important, right? Because if you don't get your tokens, you need to get your BNB back.
Awesome. What's up in case of I've put my money into a pre-sales and I think I need the money as well, but I need to withdraw the money with emergency withdrawal?
Benga, thank you for that.
Thank you very much. One question.
Yeah, we just asked it.
Sorry.
Actually, it's the same. Okay, it's okay. Thank you.
Right,
no worries, thank you. You can always ask any question within the chat or come over to our Telegram and fire your questions there, man. We are always there. There's always somebody from the team available. We are with 20 people, so do not worry and do not feel bad about it or something. Just ask them.
It's full of energy and it's so vibe about the project. That's why he has a lot to ask. Yeah. So, well, I have a text question here that I want to read out. It caught my attention and very interesting for me to read out to you. Okay. It's from Critical Mindset Talkback. There's a question Talkback asks here. So he said, what are the basic procedure any new project requires to undergo on your project launchpad before passing the smart checker analysis and getting at least 50% smart safe score in determining the safety of the project for investors to use?
Yes, I'm reading it myself also. So question one, what are the basic procedures? The smart checker is something that we can use, but also you as an investor can use. So you put in a contract address and the smart checker will pull out everything you need to know, like question marks or red flags even, or whatever. I think the score needs to be about 88 to 90% before we want to make sure and are 100% sure that we can launch this safely. So I think it's almost 90%. So I hope that answers your question, because the smart safe score needs to be high. Otherwise, the whole idea behind only launching safe projects, will be nothing, right?
Right, thanks for that. Let's get a question. Yeah, let's get a question from the Kryptonian.
Yeah, hey, gold diggers. Hey, sector protocol team. Good afternoon.
Hey, man. Good afternoon.
Yeah, thanks. I've been listening to your project. I read through your website and white paper, and I'm saying I'm very, very, very much impressed, because one of the main problems we have in the crypto space is going through so many apps and websites in order just to do a simple tax, but you're trying to make it all in one. And I just want to say congrats to you, man. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Congrats.
Much appreciated, man.
Yeah. So my question is just kind of simple. You know, when you want to create an all-in-one project, there are so many policies, especially when it comes to the government. And, you know, in some places in the world, crypto is not really as free as other places. So I just want to know, what plans do you have on tackling such policies that the government may apply? For example, in the US now, you know, you can't use Binance and some other things. So how do you plan to tackle people who are into crypto and at the same time, so that they can't go against the rules of their country just because of this? How do you plan to make it more accessible to them?
How we can make it more accessible to them? Well, in the basics, if they cannot do this because of legal terms from the country they live in, they shouldn't be at our all-in-one platform at all, because they aren't simply not allowed to, right? So I don't think it's our task to play policeman. However, boss, please write this down so we can check this out if we really need to. You know what the problem is? Of course, crypto is decentralized, right? DeFi. So it's not like you as an investor need to do a KYC with our platform. This is also something we really don't want to do, because if you need to KYC yourself as an investor within our platform, this means DeFi will go to centralized finance. So the whole idea behind crypto is DeFi, of course. So that's also why you as an investor are responsible for your own ways of working into crypto or doing whatever you do in crypto.
Awesome. So it is good. It is good. I like what I just heard right now. But I'm just saying, maybe you should put it in mind, maybe for those countries who are not always accessible to crypto, maybe you can do something about that, you know? Because so many people want to join crypto, but because of a lot of things, they couldn't.
Yeah, man. But the problem with that is, and we are not world fighters, right? We cannot fight against like the government of the USA, as an example. Yes, we can create a place where it's way more safe than with most other places. However, I think we should start with a movement that we are doing right now. And I strongly believe if we put on a new golden standard, other launchpads, other projects, other platforms will simply follow, because we will make a new golden standard. However, fighting against governments to get crypto like legalized, that's something else, man. But of course, we are always adapting to the world, adapting to the space. And yes, maybe this can be something. But for now, I think it's something we would front run, and it would be too optimistic, because there isn't enough mass adoption for crypto space to go to a government, send them a letter, call Barack Obama, so to say, and say, yo, crypto needs to be legalized. So maybe it's not the answer we're looking for, but I think it's the most honest answer I can give you.
Thanks, Caleb. Thanks. An awesome answer. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for that, Tanya. Next, do you have anyone that said a question on the chat you may want to bring up to the team before we take one more item from the VC?
I saw one, but I already answered. But there's a remaining part of the question that I would like team to pay attention to. So that question is coming from, let me see. Okay, it's coming from. Sorry. Okay. It's coming from Hussein Shah. He was asking about if you have been audited. I already said yes by InterFi. You have been audited already. So I answered that. But there's a part of the question that also interests me. So he said, how strongly built are your security put in place? How strongly built are your security?
Wait, can you send it in again? It was Hassan, you said?
Hussein Shah. Hussein Shah or Hassan Shah. I hope I pronounced the name correctly.
So I can read it myself. Can you send it in again, maybe in the chat, so I can read it myself? It would be. Oh, okay. Yeah. My question: have you been audited? Yes, of course. Have not heard you talk about that security of funds is what every investor craves for and plans to escape in case of insecurity of funds, scams, and rug pulls. Okay, so I think the big part of the question is already answered. Like I said, we are looking into a insurance kind of measurement. So once a project do something that isn't as we want, of course, as investors, so they do a scam or a rug pull or whatever, we have something that we can give back. How strongly built are your security put in place? So first thing, and I think one of the most important thing is our developer and CEO, of course, is creating every contract himself. We are not forking contracts like people do. You see a lot of projects forking like EarnHub or something. So that's also why we needed to audit, because we want to be sure it's 100% secure. Next to that one, also Tim, our CTO, has arranged servers for us. So these are full-on secured servers. However, it's very hard to let you understand how this is going to look like in terms of technology, because this is basically too hard. I even don't understand how the security measurements will work behind the scenes. But we have this dedicated service. This kind of service are used for governments from all over the world as we speak. So these are services we're going to use. So I think this will answer your question.
All right, thanks for that. Let's get a question as well from Bounty Love. Bounty Love, you're muted.
Oh, look at that, guys. Are you watching my screen?
Hello.
Okay, guys. Sorry. Our developer and CEO just opened up and revamped our website. So it's now even way more understandable for everyone. So please have a look at our website. What's happening right now? We updated everything. I was waiting for this to show you guys. So very cool. So as you can see, there is a little revamp going on. So what's happening? Every step we accomplish within crypto, what you can do, what we gonna offer. Understand it in three kind of steps. So yeah, man, please check out the website. It's fully revamped as we speak. So pretty cool. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, this really amazing. I love that. Yeah, Bounty Love, you can go ahead with your question.
All right. Thanks a lot. So
no worries.
My question is, the NFT marketplace is booming with lots of NFTs daily. So my question is, how does your project check that each that each of the NFTs sold on its marketplace is legit and not a copy?
Whoa. Okay, this is something Mas need to answer, but I don't know if he's here. Damn. Mas, are you here?
I don't think he is inside at the moment. But let's check in. Oh, you already did. Good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm checking with him because it's like the middle of the night for him right now. Well, I think we need to pass this question, to be honest, into our own chat. Since Mas is asleep and...
Yeah, maybe she can come around and ask in the chat, or maybe if you eventually have a question in regards to that, they can pass it forward to that community as well.
Okay, let me ask.
Yeah, thanks for that.
All right, let me ask this one about.
Okay, I'm currently asking if he can join the AMA.
About the community, I'm sure you'll be able to answer that. Your community intends to be for community active. You intend to have regular voice chats, AMS, or maybe live concerts, and maybe an opportunity to play games, so that your community can be actively committed to your project.
Yeah, that's things we already have done.
To do that.
There's things we already have done. We do trivias, we do duck races, we do VCs just to talk with people if they want to ask something. We did so much already. So, Caleb, can you unban Mas?
He's
banned somehow.
Maybe. Hold on, let me see.
Did you unban him? Or?
He should be back now. He should maybe just try to join. Maybe he didn't complete the
captcha.
Yeah.
Join the group. Okay, yeah. He needs to do the captcha now. Oh, somebody else did his captcha, I think.
No one can do that. He must be the one to do that.
Okay, yeah, I think he's here. Okay, Mas, join in. Oh, he's here. Yes, he wants to speak now. So if you can unmute him, it would be great.
Where are you? Okay, here you are, Mas. All right.
Hey.
Hey, brother. So, thank you for uploading the new website. We just showed it to the community of gold diggers, so that's pretty cool. There is a question for you, so can you please answer this one? Because I seriously don't know the answer because I'm not a developer. So, please continue or reframe your question, please.
Yeah,
okay.
Bouncing Live, you can ask the question in regards to the NFT.
All right, thank you so much. So I was asking that the NFT marketplace is booming with lots of NFTs daily. So now, how does your project check that each NFT sold on its marketplace is legit and not a copy? Did you hear me?
More of a yeah, I heard you. So you're asking on more of a security thing, so people can't mint copies. Is that what you're asking about?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, cool. So in the front line of minting any NFT now, I know that it's happening all over the space. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all these people that have profile pictures. Each NFT now that has been minted previously comes with a type of in code verification security thing. So if someone tries to copy that that NFT that's already been minted before, the image will come up blurry. So that's something that the ERC20 blockchain developers have figured out. That's something that we're just going to piggyback off. So no one really can mint copies no more due to the fact of that security. For our marketplace, everything's going to be going through a vetting process. Like, it's not going to be like, yeah, here you can mint 10,000 NFTs in 1 second. You know, it's like, it's going to be a process where it's going to be vetted either by 1 or to 3 people, like everything else in our project. Security is going to be a big thing, just for the sole purpose of, it's Binance Smart Chain, you know, like, it's the Wild West of crypto. I've been rug pulled. Many people have been rug pulled. I'm over the scams. So that's the main thing we're going to try and knuckle down on in multifarious ways. It's just the security side. So, yeah, my knowledge now is that NFTs can't be copied due to the fact of that in-house or pre-built thing from these ERC20 blockchain developers put into NFTs now. So we're just going to piggyback off that.
That's okay. That's very important. The security of these NFTs are very important. Keep it up. Nice project.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
thank
Thank you.
that bouncing love. So we just have time for a few more questions. So our next question is gonna be from Venom. Venom, you're muted.
Hello everyone.
Hey, buddy.
Hope you can hear me.
Hi, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking into your project and you have a good project, okay? But we know that without sufficient funds, any project cannot carry out their development. Whatever it is you have, probably is good or bad, okay? So I would like to know, how do you plan to generate sufficient funds to run this project? Is your team financially able to carry out this project?
So I
How
think.
do you generate your revenue?
So I
How
think.
do you generate your revenue?
Yes.
Can you hear
First
me?
of all, we have tax, of course, buy and selling tax. It's 9% buy, 11% sell tax. So this is something, of course, that brings in revenue on trading volume. Next to that, also our NFT line will brings in revenue. The launchpad will brings in revenue. So there are a lot of streams of revenue that's coming into the protocol itself within our ecosystem. Next to that, there is one difference with some other projects. We have our developer in-house, and he is our CEO. So he will be here for the long haul. His work is basically developing. So we don't need a shit ton of funds to keep developing, since we have our developer in-house.
Yeah, that's nice. That's beautiful. And thanks for answering my question. Thanks
No
for
problem.
and thanks to everybody. I wish you success in the project.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Thanks. So let's get to more questions and we can wrap this up. Let's get
Yeah, we have another AMA soon.
let's get a question from Paragon. Paragon, you're muted. Paragon? Okay. I guess we'll have to move on. Let's get a question from Crypto Smart. Crypto Smart, you're muted.
All right. Thank you. To the sector protocol team, that was a very powerful presentation, and
Thank you.
I really want to appreciate the fact that your team are good. You guys are just intact. Everyone with his own duty and doing excellently well. That's great.
Thank you very much, man.
So I see that you have a lot of projects in place. So do you have a platform to educate people outside the crypto space? Do you have plans for educating people about the crypto space? Because seeing that you have a lot of things to deliver,
Yeah.
I believe, you should just incorporate educational aspects.
Yeah, I think the biggest asset within connection between non-crypto and, of course, crypto and sector protocol is the partnership that we have made with Tree Nation, of course, because this is going to bring in people from outside crypto space. And talking about education, there isn't not yet something planned to make something educated for others, because it's really hard to educate people outside of the crypto space about the BC space. But one thing I do know is once we are fully deployed, we created a place where it's safe for every investor, so also for new people. And there is the place, of course, where you can learn about crypto, about the BC space. We are creating, as we talk, a full-on FAQ, so frequently asked questions, so people can also jump into there once it's fully done, because there are a lot of things we can discuss. We already put out like 500 articles yet, from all over the world to a whole lot of places where they do advertisement and articles. So yeah, there is a lot of things we're already doing, and I think with the fact that we are already educating people that what we are going to bring to the world within the crypto space from our perspective to all article websites. Think about Yahoo, but also a lot of smaller article websites. This is something we keep doing because I think we should bring the movement that we are creating together with Tree Nation, with Planting Trees, with charity, with a safe haven together. So I hope this answers your question, so to say.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
My last question, please. My last question.
No, Crypto Smart, we're just gonna take in one question. We don't have enough time for that.
All right, thank you
if you
very
have more
much.
questions,
I'll get back to the TG.
Yeah, please join in our own Telegram, Sector Protocol, and join in our Telegram. And there are people ready to answer questions because I don't think we can cover them all right here. So
yeah, so let's get the last question from Anderson. Anderson,
cool.
You're muted.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity to ask a question. And I really want to say this platform is a nice one, and it's a really welcome development. So then my question is about your launch pad. You know, sometimes these project owners will do pay with their tokens as the fee for launching on your launch pad. And sometimes I noticed on so many launch pads that they do dump on these projects to get profits. And
we don't take tokens. None.
Right. Okay. So then what assurance do you give that you won't dump on them since it's a new project and this might also
we cannot dump on a project simply because we don't have tokens from a project. What we do, we ask X percentage of the raised BNB from a project, and that will make sure we cannot dump on a project, and that's always in the best interest for a project, right?
All right. Thank you very much for the answer.
No worries.
All right, thanks for that, Zane. I think that's how far we can go. So, guys, do you have any other things you want to add to wrap this up?
If I have a small recap for you guys. Well, as you can see, you can accomplish anything in crypto. We as Sector Protocol, are creating a one-stop shop, an all-in-one platform where we look out to investors, for investors, to make something unique and make sure everyone can join into the crypto space, whether you are a experienced investor or not. So I think next to that, we will also creating a place where we can give something back to the world in partnership with Tree Nation. So this is also very important to connect, of course, non-crypto with crypto. And I think that's pretty much a summary for right now. I hope everyone enjoyed the AMA itself. We did a lot of questions. We did a lot of information. So yeah, man, there's, I think if you have any more questions, just ask them. Like I said, we are here. We want to answer every question. However, it's always a little time consuming. That's okay, but that will also tell us why it's not always possible to answer all of them in an AMA. But just send them in the chat. That's okay.
Awesome. And another thing I can say in regards to the AMA is I think the last time, I think it was a couple of days ago, while I was going around, I saw them on the VC, and I was able to ask some couple of questions as well. So yeah, if you do have more questions in regards to the project, you can always go on the VC and ask your questions, and you always get your answer as well. So guys, thank you so much for coming around, and it was really an awesome presentation. I'd like to tell you guys that great job and keep on doing what you're doing, and we're all looking forward to the pre-sale as well. And we also have some prizes to give out, some whitelist spots and some BNB giveaways as well from the team. So we're going to be giving out some whitelist spots. So if you have those whitelists, we want to make sure to get involved because, in my opinion, this is really an awesome opportunity. But like I said, we're always going to give out to those who really deserve the whitelist spot. So, and always make your own research, like always. The team might be able to tell you everything about the project, but it's always still left for you to always make your own research, right, to know more about the project yourself and stuff like that. We will never tell you to invest all your funds on the project. So always make research and see if you can make the right choice as well. So guys, thank you so much for coming. And yeah, we're gonna, if you have more information, feel free to share with us so we can always get information to our community as well.
Yes, sir. I'm also in very good contact with Alfred. So once I have important updates, I'm always in talks with him in DMs. So I will fill him up. And yeah, man, we will definitely bring updates to your community. So absolutely. So I would say, and what I want to say, the pre-sale is today. It's in it's 5:30 PM UTC. So that's, well, it's now
3 hours and 42 minutes to be precise.
Okay, 3 hours, 42 minutes. The pre-sale will go live. First 10 minutes is for whitelists. We are handing out whitelist spots, of course, to you for the community. And after 10 minutes, it goes to public. So even if you don't have a whitelist spot, you're always able to try and jump into the public section of the pre-sale. However, check it out and see what you want to do.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming. And yeah, we'll catch up with you guys soon. And we have a little bit of giveaway for the community. We all know how we can end that giveaway. It's going to be $50 for the community. What can you do to end this $50? Join the Telegram channel and comment on. So I'm going to be posting the link. You have to make sure you do all of the tasks for you to be able to be among the winners. So guys, I'm going to be stopping the recording. I will send that to you on the private chat as well. So thank you guys for coming.
Yes, thank you very much. And I would love to see you guys over. Thank you for having us.